How's it going, guys? Jordan here from Vizcom, back with another tutorial introducing a new workflow that I think you guys will find very useful. And essentially it's how you can import screenshots of your 3D models, draw over those, and then get real-time renderings of what that would look like instead of having to build it out in 3D and then break up the surfaces, assign different materials just so you can render it out and see what it would look like. I know this sounds really confusing, so I think I could probably show you better than I can tell you. So what I'm going to do is actually import, let's close this window, import a screenshot of this car that was built in Blender. So I'm going to just get this mouse, rid of this little mouse right here for a second. So yeah, so this is all you would need to get started, is a screenshot of a car or any kind of 3D model that you might have. Now, to kind of give some more detail into what I was talking about earlier, I'm going to just start drawing details into the car that I want to see rendered out. So I'm going to come over here, draw this like headlamp, let's say, and then maybe there's like some kind of like air intake here, let's say, for example. Add the other headlamp over here, and let's just say this is like a BMW of some sort. So yeah, all you need to do is essentially come over here and just add the changes and details that you would want to see rendered out. So we're going to come over here and just make these really light, simple changes. Add the DLO. See what that does for us. And then in just a few seconds here, you'll really get a little hint of what I was talking about here. So yeah, this is pretty much all you would essentially need to get started. So now all we have to do is just come over here and describe what it is we want to see rendered out. So I want a 3D render of a car design concept by BMW. And let's just say we use Unreal Engine to render that out. And what the slider does is essentially tells the AI how much you want the prompts to influence this versus the actual drawing. So I'm going to keep it towards the actual canvas and kind of the 3D model we have here. And in just a few seconds, you'll see here some really cool designs we're able to generate now with that 3D model base and the sketches on top of that. And this just saves you a ton of time on, having to break up those surfaces, let's say in KeyShot or in Blender, import it into your favorite render engine, and then rendering it out. Now you can just put the sketches and the 3D models inside of Vizcom and see the visuals here. So I'm just going to add, let's say, this one to the canvas, just so you guys can really get a sense of, how the sketch and the 3D model under it translated to the render. So if we come over here and turn our layers on and off, you'll really see like, oh, okay, cool. Like I had a lot of control over the final results. This wasn't as random as something, like it's just only typing in text. I was really able to get a sense of like why these shapes look the way they did. And this can work in a lot of different contexts. So that's just in the car design context. Now, let's say if you had a really simple like architecture, like 3D house like this, what you can do then is do the same thing. So you can say, instead of a 3D render of a car design concept, we're going to say a 3D render of a, let's say, wooden modern architecture design concept. Not by BMW, because I don't want to see what a house would look like by BMW. And we can just click render while still being in line drawing mode. And you'll see we'll slowly start getting renderings of that modern wooden house design. And this is just other ways that you can just really, visualize what these 3D models would look like without having to actually render them out. So I'm just going to get rid of the 3D render part and just say wooden modern architecture design, because I really wanted to have more emphasis on the wooden part of the house. So some really cool things you can even do. So same with this. So if we add this to the canvas, say I really like this design here, and we want to, let's say, add a garage here, we can do things like do something like this, add this kind of like garage that's like opening up here. And then this really janky part of the garage here, architecture design concept, we can even say with a garage. And let's say we want to do KeyShot instead of Unreal Engine. Cool. And then if we click render, Just give it a few seconds. You'll see it started to add the garage on the side of the house. And yeah, that's pretty much how you can import 3D models and get really simple drawings and kind of concepts around, your drawing plus the 3D model plus your own sketches. It just makes it a lot easier to kind of control the ideas that you want out of Vizcom. So I hope you guys found this relatively useful. I'm just going to cut this short and wait and see what you guys can come up with. Really looking forward to seeing what you guys can come up with. You can access this program through the description in this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this with your other designer friends. Show them what's at the frontier and what's possibly changing, a lot of the ways that we actually create and do our workflows. So I hope you guys found this useful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join our Discord. All these things will be in the description of this video, and I will catch you guys next time.